Thank you for joining me, Aina Koyo, on NMH@1, where we highlight the news making waves in Namibia and beyond, ranging from current affairs, community stories, sports, and economic news. Coming up in this broadcast, government's asset register in motion. Namibia loses 1.5 billion Namibian dollars a year to illegal fishing, and 16 million Namibian dollars fisheries office have been incomplete for 11 years. Follow all our programs on our website, which is called oneup2.com, or DSTV 285 and GoTV 25 in Namibia. Circulating images of alleged homeless people living under the bridge turned out to be local traders. Irongo 24/7 stopped by the bridge and discovered that two local women had set up a working station to collect mussels and transport them back home. Sarah, this is not her real name, states that due to a lack of funds and unemployment, they have resorted to alternative methods of earning an income. The ladies collect these mussels, which they extract from shells and clean through boiling. Precious Ngitwanapo reports.
What seemed to be people living under the bridge turns out to be local traders. Local traders mistaken for homeless bridge occupants. Circulating images of alleged homeless people living under the bridge turns out to be local traders. The Irongo 24/7 office stopped by the bridge and discovered that two local women have set up a working station to collect mussels and transport them back home for selling purposes. Sarah states due to a lack of funds and unemployment, they have resorted to alternative methods of earning an income. The ladies collect these mussels, which they extract from shells and clean through boiling. So indeed, not inhabitants of the local bridge. Okay.
After the break, we return with a visual news. Stay with NMH@1.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Dr. Peter van der Westhuizen made a second appearance yesterday at the Swakopmund Magistrate Court. Van der Westhuizen was arrested on the 3rd of July for a case of assault against his wife Sonia van der Westhuizen. He was released on bail of 2,000 Namibian dollar after being detained for 9 days. The case was postponed by Magistrate Sally Sailonga for further investigation. He is set to make his third appearance on the 9th of November. She filed a total of 3 restraining orders against him, which he contravened. She has since filed for a divorce. The accused is being represented by Danny Kotze, while Sarah Kandume represents the state. Van der Westhuizen has made several appearances before the Windhoek High Court on numerous charges of raping his patients, which he has found not guilty and acquitted. Otis Daniel reports. SME Competitiveness Consultancy, better known as SME Compete, in collaboration with Shell on Wednesday, launched Empower Namibia program that aims to empower local entrepreneurs. The program seeks to empower 17 entrepreneurs from the towns of Oranienburg, Windhoek, and Walvis Bay. Shell Namibia Finance Manager Nicolene Wandere tells us more.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me say on behalf of Shell how delighted we are to see you here and to make a commitment to the launch of Empower Namibia. At Shell, we believe in the power of collaboration and the positive impact it can have on our society. Today we come together not just as business leaders, but as partners in fostering a brighter future for SMEs. Namibia, like many nations, faces unique challenges, sets of challenges, as we all know. Yet it is during this time of challenges that we find the greatest opportunities for growth and transformation. That is why we are pleased to partner with SME Compete, an organization with deep experience in entrepreneurship, in order to assist entrepreneurs in Walvis Bay, Oranienburg, and in Windhoek to grow and create jobs and prevent poverty, right? That is our main purpose for SMEs, right? We are here in Walvis Bay and we'll be taking our next journey to Windhoek and then Oranienburg to grow and improve SME businesses. A vital initiative that aligns perfectly with the goal of the Harambee Prosperity Plan. We all know what the Harambee Prosperity Plan is, right? Spearheaded by our government, serving as a guiding beacon for our nation's development. The Harambee Prosperity Plan emphasizes the importance of including economic growth, job creation, and poverty eradication. It is the roadmap for us to build a nation where everybody has the opportunity to thrive, where everybody and nobody is left behind. This 2-year program is a tangible step in this direction. SME are the lifeblood of our economy, representing the entrepreneurship spirit that fuels progress. This initiative is not just about financial support or grant, but as we've witnessed today, it's about knowledge transfer, mentorship, and creating a positive ecosystem where SMEs can flourish.
After the break, we return with newspaper review.
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhm.com.na.
In our newspaper review this afternoon, the Namibian Sun reports that a fisheries ministry infrastructure project in Rundu worth 16 million Namibian dollars, which has been under construction since 2012, is still incomplete with no end in sight for the job. It has been 4 years since the Namibian Sun reported about this incomplete structure, yet no progress have been made on the project project apart from grass, shrubs and wild trees having grown tall, making the area look like a forest. Attempts to get a comment from both the Works and Transport and Fisheries and Marine Resources Ministry proved futile at the time of going to print. In 2019, Namibian Sun quoted the Fisheries Ministry's Kavango East Regional Office as saying the project had stalled because the contractor Africa Civil Engineering, which was handed the site on the 7th of August 2015 to complete the remaining work, had decided to inflate the price, which the ministry was not prepared to tolerate. On page 3, the Namibia University of Science and Technology has responded to allegations of favoritism and corruption after Shoki Kanjimi was elected an alumni representative of the university's council. The election process, which began on the 11th of September and concluded the next day, saw Kanjimi reign victorious with 105 votes or 53.3% of the votes, compared to his opposition Angola, who scored 90 votes or 45.6%. A letter accusing the university of favoring Kanjimi was sent out this week, just one day before the results were made public. On the front page of Republican, right after wildlife dealer Johan Lombard was released on bail earlier this week, he was arrested again in connection with a case dating back to 2014. The 57-year-old appeared in Khobabe's Magistrate Court on Wednesday for illegal capture and transport of game to the value of 817,000 Namibian dollars. He and his co-accused, his brother Johannes Jacobus Lombard and Rudy Kotze, were granted 50,000 Namibian dollars bail each. They were arrested alongside Kotze earlier this month in connection with the illegal capture and transport of 28 blue and 9 black wild beasts at Farm Ritze in Leonardville area with the intent to sell the animal. On page 3, the Safety and Security Minister Albert Kawana has warned unlicensed firearm owners that the Namibian police will show no mercy after the period of firearm amnesty started at the start of this month and will end on the 30th. Kawana reported that through the 2022 amnesty period in September last year, the police received a total of 1,312 firearms and a further 2,710 other ammunition that were surrendered voluntarily in all 14 regions. Oshikoto region had the highest contribution with a total of 1,239 firearms and 1,808 ammunition. The aforementioned decision states that all persons who surrender their illegally owned firearms, ammunition and other related materials shall not be subjected to disclosure, humiliation, arrest or prosecution. On its front page, the Allgemeine Zeitung reports that cargo, which has been stored in Menzies warehouse at the Hosea Kutako International Airport for about a month, is expected to be on its way to its owners on Tuesday. The closure of the cargo was a result of the still ongoing dispute between Menzies and NAC over ground handling services at the airport. The week-long ground handling halt is the result of a dispute between Menzies and Namibia Airport Company over ground handling services at the Hosea Kutako International Airport, which have been handled by Paragon Aviation Group for several weeks. On page 3, AZ highlights the well-known Lodret's Butcher businessman Erasmus Van Zyl, who was denied bail yesterday after he was arrested on Monday for allegedly physically abusing his wife and violating a restraining order. He is charged with assault with intent to cause bodily harm under the Domestic Violence Act. Van Zyl, the owner of Rich Pharmacy in the southern coast coastal city, was publicly accused by his sister-in-law Ria van Schreef for abusing his wife Elna. We return with more newspaper review after the break. We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country. The Namibian reports that after the recent amendments to the banking law, the government has gained the authority to oversee and control the fees and charges imposed by banks. The charges introduced in the Banking Institution Act of 2023 grant the Minister of Finance and Public Enterprises the ability to make these regulations. On page 3, the hearing of closing arguments in the trial of former Namibian Institute of Mining and Technology employee accused of murdering the institution's 2 top executives in April 2019 has been postponed to mid-October. The hearing was due to take place before Judge Christy Liebenberg in Windhoek High Court yesterday, but was postponed to 16 October after the judge was informed that the state's Representative Deputy General Antonia Verhoef was not available due to an illness. The New Era's lead story reports that the government is still without an asset register listing all fixed properties and vehicles, making it nearly impossible to determine the value of the total assets. This recurring finding is contained in the Auditor General Junius Kanjeke's latest report, zeroing into the books of the Namibia government. The audit report covers the 2021-2022 financial year. It was tabled in the National Assembly this week for further scrutiny. On page 3, President Hage Geingob left for New York yesterday in the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, slated for the 17th to 24th September. The UNGA is the main policy-making organ of the UN. The presidency announced yesterday that Geingob might make a stopover in France. The Market Watch reports that a total of 1,094 new vehicles were sold in August, a decline of 13.2% month-on-month from 1,260 sold in July, but 4.0 more than the 1,052 sold in August 2022, according to IJG Securities. Year-to-date, 8,794 new vehicles have been sold, of which 4,299 were passenger vehicles, 3,956 were light commercial vehicles, and 539 medium and heavy commercial vehicles. In comparison, 6,940 new vehicles were sold by August 2022. After the break, we return with economic news. Stay with NMH at 1.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouthwatering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
Insurer Momentum Polyten Holdings has delivered a double-digit profit growth thanks to a continued drop in COVID-19 mortality claims and a positive effect of higher interest rates on the cash reserves. The Centurion Headquarters Insurance and Investment Group reported a more than 16% rise in attributable profit to 4.4 billion rand in the year end June on Wednesday, with the group upping its total dividend a fifth of 120 cents per share. Now let's have a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades for 23 Namibian dollars 61 cents to 1 British pound, 20 Namibian dollars 29 cents to 1 euro. MTC shares have dropped while all the other local shares remain the same. Local index has dropped with 0.76%, while overall index increased with 1.72%. All commodities have increased except for Brent crude oil, which dropped with 0.17%. We will be right back after the short commercial break.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Michael Kayunde has everything on the weekend. This is what you can get up to courtesy of Chill.
Good day, NMH at 1 viewers. My name is Michael Kayunde and I'm back on your TV screens to give you a lowdown of some of the events you can expect to check out this weekend. To start with, please check out That Is Chill sessions tonight at 1900 hours on Namibian Sun's Facebook page. That's the show where we get to take you in and around the country, just showcasing you the trending music videos in the country. Moving along with other events you can expect to catch this weekend. To start with, on Friday, that is today, you can go out there at Grove Mall Steak & Co. to check out that is Housewives of PayPal's the premiere. It's premiering today this afternoon at 1500 hours. So if you are into reality shows, you know, and you want to check that out, please make sure you are at Steak & Co at 3 o'clock. That's when the show will be premiering. Another event you can expect to check out this weekend is the 061 High School Bash, taking place at Sam Nujoma Stadium. That is tomorrow from 8 o'clock in the morning until 7 p.m. Tickets are available through web tickets for 40 Namibian dollars. And lastly, you can expect to check out that is the Yeezer album listening session that is taking place tomorrow. That is Saturday at FNCC at 17:30. So if you are a fan of Yeezer, we all know that he's dropping his music video on, his album, not music video, his album on the 21st of this month. But before that, he's having a listening session that is tomorrow at FNCC. Those are some of the events you can expect to check out this weekend. From me, Michael, until next time, it's bye-bye.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to Sunset News.
Dutch stays in list A in his speech, rate in taxes, and how much.
We've come to the end of today's broadcast. Please remember to tune in every weekday at 1 p.m. to spend your lunch hour with NMH at 1. My name is Aina Koyo. Have a good day.
Is dit nou onderbroek?
Leen geskakel, we zien jullie weer vrijdag volgende week. Gooi kool! Welkom jullie, mijn naam is Brian Munango en ik is jullie aanbieder voor gooi kolen. Donderdag de sportstrip nou. Einde van hierdie program zal ik en hoe om Frans te praten. Je m'appelle? Je bent?
Le jour. Is dit nou onderbroek?
Leen geskakel, we zien jullie weer vrijdag volgende week. Gooi kool! Welkom jullie, mijn naam is Brian Munango en ik is jullie aanbieder voor gooi kolen. Donderdag de sportstrip nou. Einde van hierdie program zal ik en hoe om Frans te praten. Je m'appelle? Je bent?
Le jour. Is dit nou onderbroek?
Leen geskakel, we zien jullie weer vrijdag volgende week. Gooi kool! Welkom jullie, mijn naam... Welkom jullie, mijn naam is Brian Munango en ik is jullie aanbieder voor gooi kolen. Donderdag de sportstrip nou. Einde van hierdie program zal ik en hoe om Frans te praten. Je m'appelle? Je bent?
Le jour. Is dit nou onderbroek?
Leen geskakel, we zien jullie weer vrijdag volgende week. Gooi kool! Welkom jullie, mijn naam is Brian Munango en ik is jullie aanbieder voor gooi kolen. Donderdag de sportstrip nou. Einde van hierdie program zal ik en hoe om Frans te praten. Je m'appelle? Je bent?
Le jour. Is dit nou onderbroek?
Leen geskakel, we zien jullie weer vrijdag volgende week. Gooi kool! Welkom jullie, mijn naam is Brian Munango en ik is jullie aanbieder voor gooikolen. Dit is donderdagse sportstrip nu. Einde van hierdie programma zal ik en hoe om Frans te praten. Je m'appelle? Je bent?
Le Joel.
Daar rit je me kool.
Is dit nou onderbroek?